Good morning, class. Before I'm going to introduce myself, let us pray first. Okay? Someone who can lead the prayer? Can I call someone? Miss Cabanieros, please lead the prayer. Thank you, Gang. Good morning again, future economists. How's your day? By the way, I am Marjorie Agsik. You can call me Teacher Marge. So this morning, we will be discussing about employment, unemployment, and underemployment. You might wonder nga no daghan kayo, ma'am. Relax. Let's make it short and easy to comprehend. I just want you to lend me your ears so that nice and flow sa atong discussion. So before we start, allow me to share first my screen. For a moment, class. So, as I said earlier, our topic for today is about employment, unemployment, and underemployment. So, at the end of this lesson, you students are expected to define employment, unemployment, and underemployment to distinguish the difference between unemployment and underemployment, to identify the types of unemployment and underemployment. So before I proceed with my discussion, does anyone in the class share his or her idea about employment? Yes, Miss Capio. Okay, very good. How about unemployment? Anyone? Yes, Miss Baudelaire. Wow, thank you. How about underemployment? Yes, Miss Cabanieros. Okay, thank you. Mga bright, manday kayo mo class. So, employment, it signifies the state of anyone who is doing what under circumstances he or she most wants to do. Employment most generally means the state of having a paid job, of being employed. To employ someone is to pay them to work. An employer provides employment to employees. Employment can also refer to the act of employing people or an agreement between an employer and an employee to provide certain services on the job to accomplish works in return for compensation. Since we already defined, does anyone ask unsay role or how important ang employment juday, ma'am? Enable our economy to grow. Employment is important because it contributes to our economic growth. Workers produce valuable goods and services, and in return, they receive a wage which they can spend on buying the goods produced. High employment means a greater number of goods can be produced as well. Clear na ba ang employment? So let's the total number of employed person was estimated at 33.8 million. The proportion of employed persons to the total labor force, also known as employment rate, was reported at 82.4%. This is according to PSA or Philippine Statistic Authority April 2020 Labor Force Survey. Employment declined in all regions in April 2020 as compared with the same period in 2019. Employment rate was higher among men compared to women. In April 2020, 3 in every 5 or 61.9% of estimated 33.8 million employed persons were males, while employed females were reported at 38.1%. By age, most of the employed persons were in the age group of 25 to 34 years old. That is 27.6%, followed by the employed persons in the age group of 35 to 44 years old. That is 24%. And in the age group of 45 to 54 years old, that is 19.3%. So let's proceed to unemployment. Unemployment or joblessness is the situation of actively looking for employment but not being currently employed. Unemployment is a term referring to individuals who are employable and actively seeking a job but not unable to find a job. Included in this group are those people in the workforce who are working but do not have an appropriate job, or self-employment but currently available for work during reference period. Since we already defined, let's proceed with its type. Types of unemployment. Cyclical unemployment. Unemployment is directly related to swings in the business cycle. The other one is frictional unemployment. Can never be eliminated. Happens when workers are between jobs. Structural unemployment occurs when a fundamental change happens to the economy. That is when the skills of an employee are no longer needed. Same rank structural unemployment and technological unemployment. Unemployment happens because workers are replaced by machine. Any clarification? And the last one is seasonal unemployment. Unemployment is connected to the whether not business cycle. Any clarification with the types? Wala na? And so let's go. Let us discuss the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate reached at 17.6%. This is according Japon siya sa Philippine Statistics Authority. In April 2020, the number of unemployed persons was 7.2 million, resulting to the unemployment rate of 17.6%. This is a record high of the unemployment rate affecting to the economic shutdown to the Philippines due to COVID-19 pandemic. So, let us proceed to underemployment. Underemployment, it occurs when one does not have a job that is full-time. Example, kining work nga racket lang. Na sila'y sweldo, pero gamay. Ang uban gani, mulaan pag long time nga or mukumit pa og pila ka long kay nga oras, pero ilang sweldo gamay ra mo na siya gitawag og mga racket lang nga mga work. A situation in which a worker is employed but not in desired capacity, whether in terms of compensation or level of skill and experience. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, there are two types of underemployment. First one is visible underemployment. It includes employees who are working fewer hours than is typical in their field, willing and able to work more hours but cannot get full-time employment. They often work 2 part-time jobs just to make ends meet. The second one is invisible underemployment. It includes workers in full-time jobs and don't use all their skills. The workers often don't even realize their skills could be better used elsewhere. So, nasabtan ba? Any questions? Basin mangutana mo unsay kalainan, ma'am, sa tulo. Don't be confused, class, ha. Remember that employment is na a regular work, while unemployment is actively looking for work. Pero dili pa pakakita. Mura na gugma nga ang uban looking for someone pero wala pa. And on the other hand, underemployment is naa sila'y work or naa sila'y sweldo pero dili siya regular. Muna siyang ginatawag, example na is katulaging racket lang. Okay, nasabtan ba? I guess everyone is ready. So for your activity, answer the following. First, the crossword puzzle. And the second one is compare and contrast unemployment and underemployment. For evaluation, in 250 words, make an essay about the impact of COVID-19 to employment rate. That is 20 points. And for your assignment to be passed next meeting, state the importance of employment to economic growth. Number 2, choose one type of underemployment and explain. Number 3, state 2 types of unemployment and elaborate each type. And that's end of our topic. Hope you fully understood what is employment, unemployment, and underemployment. Let's call it a day. God bless and stay safe, everyone. Bye, class. Thank you. Thank you.